Good cosmetic surgery is when you can't tell if anything's been done.
But that doesn't always happen.
You've had implants in your cheeks.
Oh, God.
You've had a dimple made in your chin.
Please,
You've had your lips enlarged. You've had your eyelads.
This is when cosmetic surgery goes horribly wrong.
How far would you go to stay young? For these 15 celebrities, the quest for perfection turned into a nightmare. Today, we're counting down the celebrities who learned the hard way that chasing perfection can cost you everything. From supermodels to music legends, these transformations will shock you. And by the end, you'll see why sometimes the bravest thing you can do is just let yourself age naturally. Let's dive in.
Please let me down, ma'am.
Lara Flynn Boyle. Remember Lara Flynn Boyle? In the late 90s and early 2000s, she was everywhere. Men in Black 2, Twin Peaks, The Practice. Her classic Hollywood beauty made her unforgettable. That delicate face, those elegant features. She had the kind of timeless look that could have carried her through decades of roles. But somewhere along the way, Lara made a choice that would change everything. Speculation suggests she underwent a series of enhancements over the years. Nose work, lip fillers, possibly brow lifts, and dermal treatments. Each procedure was likely meant to preserve that youthful glow she was known for. But here's the cruel irony. The very thing she did to stay young made her look older, harder, almost unrecognizable. When she appeared at public events in recent years, fans couldn't believe their eyes. The swelling, the tightness, the dramatic shift in her facial structure. It was as if the woman they once admired had vanished entirely. Critics argue that Lara's natural beauty was her greatest asset, and in trying to hold on to it, she lost the very thing that made her special. Her story is a reminder that sometimes the quest for eternal youth erases the uniqueness we're trying to protect. Joan Van Ark. Joan Van Ark was a television treasure. During the 70s and 80s, her role as Valine Ewing on Knots Landing made her a household name. She had this angelic quality, soft features, a radiant smile that lit up the screen. Fans adored her warmth and grace, but as the years went by, Joan became fixated on one thing: stopping time. It started small, just a rhinoplasty in the early 90s, barely noticeable, but that first procedure opened the door to many more. Facelifts, eyelid work, Botox. Each time she saw a new wrinkle or sign of aging, she turned to another treatment. And with each visit to the surgeon, her face changed a little more. The glow faded, her skin became tight and pale, her expressions froze in place. By the 2000s, Joan's transformation had become a tabloid obsession. Headlines asked, "What happened to Joan Van Ark?" High-definition cameras revealed every surgical trace: the taut skin, the hollow eyes, the smile that no longer moved naturally. When she appeared at the Knots Landing 40th anniversary in 2020, longtime fans were stunned. The woman they remembered was almost gone. Joan keeps a lower profile now, occasionally appearing at charity events and reunions. Despite the criticism, she remains proud of her work and the legacy she built. But her journey stands as a haunting reminder that the battle against time is one no one truly wins. And sometimes, the most beautiful thing we can do is simply grow older with grace.
We present the news of the past, present, and future. So here in the future is Don.
No, that's Dan Goldie.
Goldie Hawn. Just saying her name brings a smile. For over 5 decades, she embodied pure joy in American cinema. That infectious laugh, those sparkling blue eyes, the effortless charm that made her one of the most beloved stars of the 70s and 80s. She didn't need to try. Her light was genuine, spontaneous, warm. But Hollywood's clock ticks for everyone, even its brightest stars. As the years passed, Goldie felt the pressure. An industry obsessed with youth and terrified of aging doesn't forgive wrinkles or gray hair. In the early 2000s, she turned to enhancements. Small touch-ups at first, cheek fillers, a bit of Botox, minor lifts, but one procedure led to another. In trying to preserve the face audiences loved, she slowly lost the natural expression that defined her beauty. The transformation became undeniable in 2014 when she walked the red carpet at the Academy Awards. Cameras captured a face that looked tight, puffy, almost frozen in surprise. Experts speculated about excessive Botox, multiple lifts, eyelid work. The smoothness came at a cost. That radiant, spontaneous smile now seemed rehearsed and stiff. When Goldie returned to the big screen in 2017's Snatched, fans noticed something missing: the spark. Her face moved less. Her expressions felt restrained, as if hidden beneath an invisible mask. Today, Goldie lives a quieter but joyful life with her longtime partner, Kurt Russell. She focuses on family, especially her daughter, actress Kate Hudson, and her mental health foundation. Though time has changed her face, her heart and laughter remain timeless. But her story serves as a cautionary tale about the cost of chasing youth in an industry that worships it. Kenny Rogers. For more than 6 decades, he was an American icon. That warm voice, that steady gaze. He captured millions of hearts with timeless hits like The Gambler and Islands in the Stream. Kenny embodied the strong, genuine, all-American man. But in the 1990s, under the relentless pressure of fame and aging in front of cameras, he made a decision that would haunt him forever. As the years passed, the country legend began feeling the weight of an industry obsessed with youth. High-definition TV, stage lights, press photos, they all reminded him that time was catching up. Tempted by the promise of staying young, Kenny turned to enhancements. It began with a facelift, followed by eyelid work. Procedures meant to refresh his look, but instead of turning back the clock, the results left him unrecognizable. The once expressive, rugged face that fans adored became unnaturally tight. Arched brows, a look of constant surprise. Critics were harsh. "He doesn't look like Kenny anymore," many said. Behind the spotlight, the singer himself admitted to feeling lost when he looked in the mirror. Years later, he confessed with deep regret, "I wish I hadn't done it. I just wanted to look a little younger, but I lost my natural masculinity." Though the scars faded, the emotional toll lingered. Still, his music remained untouched, his greatest gift. Rogers continued performing, recording, connecting with fans until his passing in 2020 at age 81. Even in his later years, his voice carried the soulful wisdom of a man who had lived, loved, and learned. Time, no matter how hard we fight it, always wins. And Kenny Rogers learned that lesson the hard way.
A mouse trying to be an elephant.
Why, 50-year-olds doing it? And,
it's got nothing to do with your age, or maybe it has, but...
Simon Cowell, the legendary judge behind The X Factor and Got Talent, known for his sharp critiques and brutally honest opinions. But by 2023, Simon was making headlines for a different reason. His face. The transformation was so dramatic that fans compared his look to a character straight out of a comedy sketch. Tight skin, frozen expressions, and almost unnatural smoothness that didn't match the man everyone knew. But here's the part that really hits hard. The transformation didn't just shock fans, it unsettled his young son, Eric. Reports say the boy found his father's new appearance concerning. He didn't recognize the face staring back at him, and that reaction, it was a turning point for Simon. Realizing the impact his choices were having on his own child, he decided to step back from invasive treatments. Simon made a choice that few in Hollywood make. He stopped. He focused on simpler routines like regular facials and better skincare. More importantly, he embraced a healthier lifestyle, improved diet, hydration, wellness over vanity. His journey proves that real transformation isn't just skin deep. It's about self-awareness, balance, and making choices that truly enhance life, not just appearance. Today, Simon looks more like himself again, softer, more natural, and he's open about his regrets, admitting he went too far. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the people who love us most can see what we can't, and listening to them might just save us from ourselves. LaToya Jackson, born into one of the most famous families in the world, she grew up surrounded by cameras, talent, and constant comparisons, especially to her legendary brother, Michael Jackson. In the 1980s, LaToya tried carving her own path as a singer, actress, and model. Her album, My Special Love, earned her a spot on the charts, and for a while, she was seen as the warmer, more relatable Jackson sibling. But as her fame grew, so did her insecurities. The pressure to stay flawless, combined with the shadow of Michael's own changing appearance, set her on a similar path. By the late 1980s, LaToya underwent her first nose reshaping, meant to refine her features. The change was striking and quickly became a topic of fascination. More work followed throughout the 1990s. Additional nose jobs, facelifts, cheek implants, chin enhancements, lip fillers. With each procedure, she drifted further from her natural self. Her skin grew tight and expressionless, her nose increasingly narrow, her once soft smile turned unnervingly stiff. And inevitably, comparisons to Michael resurfaced. Two siblings, both transformed by the same impossible quest for perfection. In later years, LaToya became a symbol of Hollywood's obsession with image. Every TV appearance reignited conversations about the cost of fame and the extremes of enhancement. Yet behind the headlines was a woman wrestling with identity, someone who sought acceptance in the mirror rather than within. Today, in her late 60s, LaToya lives a quieter life, appearing occasionally on television and supporting projects honoring her family's legacy. Her story stands as a poignant reflection on the Jackson family's greatest paradox, a dynasty that achieved everything except true self-acceptance. Dolly Parton, the beloved queen of country music, celebrated not only for her iconic voice and heartfelt songs, but also for her unforgettable appearance, that signature big hair, sparkling outfits, warm stage presence. She's crafted a persona recognized worldwide. But here's what makes Dolly different from almost everyone else on this list: her honesty. Over the years, Dolly has been completely candid about the work she's had done: breast augmentation, brow lifts, facelifts, eyelid work, chin adjustments, nose refinements. These choices have sparked mixed reactions, but they've also helped define the striking image that fans admire. Dolly has never shied away from the truth. She once famously said, "I look completely fake, but I'm completely real." And that's the key. Dolly owns her choices. She doesn't pretend, she doesn't hide. She's taken control of her image without apology. And in doing so, she's sent a powerful message about self-acceptance and confidence. In a world obsessed with perfection and terrified of aging, Dolly stands as a beacon of authenticity. She's proven that you can embrace both the choices you make and the natural aging process. Her story reminds us that it's not about whether you choose enhancements or not. It's about being honest with yourself and the world. And that kind of confidence, that's the real beauty. Dolly continues to shine at 79, still performing, still inspiring, still being unapologetically herself. And maybe that's the lesson we all need to learn.
But after more than 100 surgeries, is she finally ready to say goodbye to the operating table? She's joining us now to reveal why she's never felt more confident.
Jessica Alves, formerly known as Rodrigo Alves, has spent over $800,000 on procedures in her quest to transform into a real-life doll. Her journey began at 17 with a procedure to correct a hormone-related condition that caused chest tissue growth. From facial contouring to multiple nose jobs and skin-tightening treatments, Jessica reshaped nearly every part of her body, but the transformation came at a terrifying cost. During one operation, a severe infection nearly reached her heart, posing a life-threatening risk. Despite warnings from doctors, Jessica continued. Eventually, Jessica embraced her true identity and transitioned, shifting her goal from a plastic ideal to achieving classic feminine beauty. Today, she shares her story openly online, discussing not only the physical changes, but also her emotional evolution. She's been candid about the pain, the risks, and yet she doesn't regret her journey because it led her to her authentic self. Jessica's story is complex. It's about personal identity, resilience, and self-acceptance. But it's also a stark reminder of how dangerous the pursuit of physical perfection can be when you're willing to risk your life. When infections threaten your heart, when you can't breathe properly, that's when you have to ask, is it worth it? For Jessica, the answer was yes, but her journey could have easily ended in tragedy. Linda Evangelista. In the 1990s, she was the supermodel. Her face graced more than 700 magazine covers, defining an era of elegance, confidence, and high fashion allure. She was so iconic, so in demand, that she famously said, "I don't get out of bed for less than $10,000 a day." But behind that flawless image lay a story that would later change her life forever. In 2015, Linda decided to try cool sculpting, a trendy, non-invasive fat freezing procedure that promised to remove stubborn fat without the knife or downtime. It was considered safe. Many celebrities swore by it. Yet for Linda, what began as a simple treatment turned into a devastating nightmare. After 7 sessions, the treated areas began to harden and enlarge instead of shrinking. Her chin, thighs, and chest slowly became misshapen. Doctors diagnosed her a rare side effect that affects less than 1% of patients. For Linda, that unlucky percentage destroyed not only her appearance, but also her career. She underwent 2 corrective procedures in 2016 and 2017, but the damage was irreversible.
And it was supposed to be non-invasive, not painful, no surgery. And that expression, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
The physical pain was harsh, but the emotional toll was even greater. She withdrew from the spotlight for years. She avoided cameras, fashion shows, even close friends. The once dominant face of the fashion world vanished. Today, Linda has courageously returned to the public eye, modeling again with pride and vulnerability. She now speaks openly about her trauma, using her platform to raise awareness about the hidden dangers of even safe procedures. Once the embodiment of perfection, Linda Evangelista has become a powerful voice for resilience, honesty, and the beauty of survival. Her story proves that even the most celebrated faces can fall victim to the pursuit of perfection. And sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is show the world your scars.
Is it okay to have a laser? What is plastic surgery? You know, plastic surgery to me is cutting.
Lisa Rinna. Before becoming one of America's most recognizable TV personalities, Lisa had a simple dream: to feel more beautiful. At just 20 years old, inspired by the glamour of Hollywood Hollywood and movies like Beaches, she made a decision that would shape her image for decades. In 1986, she received permanent silicone lip injections, believing it would give her a signature look. For years, the results were everything she hoped for. Her full, pouty lips became her trademark. The Rinna smile everyone recognized on red carpets and TV screens. But time had other plans. As the years passed, the silicone began to harden, forming painful lumps and uneven shapes. Her once perfect lips became a daily struggle. After nearly 25 years, Lisa finally turned to a Beverly Hills surgeon in 2010 to remove the scar tissue. The procedure eased her discomfort, but couldn't undo the damage completely. Privately, she battled with her reflection, a face that no longer felt like her own. Still, Rinna continued experimenting with fillers, Botox, and chest enhancements. Gradually, her appearance grew tighter, her expressions less natural. Fans who once adored her warmth began noticing something off, a stiffness that replaced her lively charm. By 2024, after years of speculation and harsh social media comments, Lisa finally opened up. Some of those fillers weren't for me. I had to dissolve them. Her honesty surprised many, but also exposed the emotional toll of maintaining beauty in Hollywood. Today, Lisa remains active, embracing authenticity over perfection. The woman who once sought a small touch of glamour has become a cautionary symbol of Hollywood's obsession with youth, a reminder that the line between self-improvement and self-destruction can be as thin as a needle. Cayetana Fitz Stuart. For centuries, Spain's House of Alba stood as a symbol of power, wealth, and nobility. But no member of this royal lineage captivated the world quite like Maria del Rosario. Cayetana Fitz Stuart, the 18th Duchess of Alba. Known for her eccentric spirit and immense fortune, she held more than 40 noble titles, making her the most titled woman in the world. She had everything money could buy, except time. During the 1980s, as Europe celebrated her charm and flamboyant style, Cayetana began her personal crusade against aging. When the first wrinkles appeared, so did a long list of surgeons. It started with a simple nose job, followed by facelifts, lip fillers, and endless rounds of Botox. Each procedure promised eternal youth, yet brought her further from the grace that once defined her. Over time, her refined, aristocratic beauty transformed into something taut, shiny, and uneven. Desperate to hide the effects, she underwent even more work. Procedures that only worsened her appearance. Her skin lost elasticity. Her expression became fixed, and her once elegant features faded behind layers of intervention. Still, the Duchess remained defiant. In 2011, at age 85, she shocked the world by marrying a man 24 years her junior. The wedding made international headlines, not for the romance, but for her dramatically altered face. Some praised her courage to live on her own terms. Others pitied her transformation. Cayetana passed away in 2014, leaving behind vast estates, royal palaces, and an unforgettable legacy. Yet her life stands as a poignant reminder that even the most privileged among us cannot buy what truly matters: youth, time, or peace with one's reflection. All the titles in the world, all the wealth, all the power, none of it could stop the clock. And in trying so hard to fight it, she lost the very grace that made her extraordinary. Michael Jackson, the king of pop, his transformation over the years was nothing short of extraordinary, driven largely by extensive work on his appearance. Comparing his early photos to images taken before his passing in 2009 reveals dramatic changes in facial structure and skin tone. It all began with nose reshaping in 1979, which was just the first of many procedures. Reports suggest that Michael even encouraged his sister LaToya to explore enhancements as well. According to experts, the pop icon may have undergone as many as 100 procedures throughout his lifetime. Critics often remarked that the extreme alterations left him almost unrecognizable and blurred the ethnic features he was born with. Dr. Wallace Goodstein, who worked alongside Michael's team in the 1990s, stated that the star underwent cheek implants, eyelid work, multiple nose jobs, and even a chin cleft procedure. Astonishingly, he sometimes had several treatments in one session, up to 12 procedures every few months. Let that sink in. Every few months, Michael was going under the knife or needle, chasing an image that seemed to move further away with each visit. His relentless pursuit of a new image fascinated and concerned the world in equal measure. Michael's transformation became one of the most talked about evolutions in entertainment history, symbolizing the complex relationship between fame, identity, and beauty standards. Behind the music, behind the moonwalk, behind the legend, was a man who couldn't find peace in his own reflection. His story is tragic not because of the procedures themselves, but because of what they represented, a search for something that could never be found in a mirror. And there you have it, 15 celebrities who learned the hard way that perfection is an illusion. From supermodels to music legends, from reality stars to royalty, the pursuit of eternal youth has left countless faces unrecognizable and countless hearts broken. But here's the truth we need to remember. Real beauty isn't about flawless skin or frozen faces. It's about confidence, authenticity, and the courage to be yourself in a world that constantly tells you you're not enough. These stories aren't meant to judge or shame. They're meant to remind us that behind every transformation is a human being struggling with insecurity, societal pressure, and the impossible standards we've all been taught to chase. So the next time you look in the mirror and see a wrinkle, a line, or a sign of aging, remember this. Those marks tell your story. They show you've lived, laughed, loved, and survived. And that's more beautiful than any procedure could ever make you. If this video opened your eyes or made you think differently about beauty standards, do me a favor, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe so you don't miss more content like this. Because we're not just talking about celebrities here, we're talking about all of us. And together we can change the conversation about what beauty really means. See you in the next one.